Okay, hey everyone. So this tutorial is called Tontouring, I believe it's called. And I have linked the founder or the creator or who knows, but let's just link just in case I start getting somebody saying that they created it and I didn't credit them and all that stuff. We don't want any trouble again. So this is a technique where you are using fake tan as a contouring agent. Okay, so I already have on my face a spray that I sprayed on around about an hour ago. And I popped this onto my face, giving me a slightly glow to my skin. And then we're going to go in with a dark one. I've waited about an hour, as I mentioned. So you spray your face, wait for about an hour, and then you go in with a darker fake tan. And you contour the nose and the cheeks and all of that kind of thing. So should we give it a go? And then I'll leave it on for about 3 hours. Don't want to be too scary. And then you can see the results and see what it's like. So let's get a tan and start. Okay, so I've got a tiny bit of fake tan on the back of my hand. And all the information on the products that I used are in the description bar. Now I'm actually using my flat eyeshadow brush for this. So I want to create cheekbones, so I'm going to go in here to create a bit of a cheekbone. Let's put a bit more on. Now obviously this is a semi-permanent kind of effect. So, you know, this is the base colour, I hope. So hoping it won't come out quite as strong as this. And contour down the sides of the nose. I'll be scrubbing my face later, I think. I'm just going to really lightly around the tip. And I'm actually just going to, because for the hell of it, I'm just going to contour a little bit more into the kind of temple area here. You can see that even though there's that real base colour, I'm really using it quite sparingly because I'm a little bit freaked out that these are going to be sort of there until they kind of fade. So there you go. Is that enough on? I actually can barely see what I'm doing because the mirror is so far away from me. So please bear that in mind. There we go. So we'll leave it like that. And then what I think I'll do is come back in about 3 hours and I'll wash my face and you can see the final result. Tontouring. Every bloody thing. I was nearly said a very naughty word. Everything now is about contouring, isn't it? It's so funny. So let's see what this looks like in a couple of hours. Bye. Okay, so here we are. Okay, so I have washed my face and this is the final result. The hairline kind of thing isn't really too bad. It's not too bad. The nose thing, at least from where I'm looking in the mirror, looks a little bit dark, kind of along here, which isn't to my taste. And this is just, I mean, that is just super. 2 lines down the side of my face. Now, before I kind of slag it off and say this isn't a great idea, obviously you're going to then go over this with foundation and that's going to give you a much more subtle result. It really will. So you need to bear that in mind, but this is what it looks like on clean, fresh skin. So I think what I'm going to do is actually just try and blend over this a little bit with some foundation because I'd like to kind of see what it looks like when it's not just stripes. So I'm just going to do this side and you can leave it there so we can kind of compare. So I'm using a mineral foundation because I just prefer them for me, by Jane Iredale. And I'm buffing this into the skin over that gorgeous line. Okay. So the mirror is quite far away from me, as I mentioned, but there you go. I think you can still kind of see it here, but it's not as bad as that, but you can still kind of see it. What do you think? So is this something that you want to do? Well, you let me know. That's what I think. I think it looks very natural. Might go out to the shops and buy some milk. Let me know what you think, let me know what your thoughts are, and let me know if you just think that this is entirely insane, and which is basically what I think it is. I think it's absolutely mental, but each to their own. Let me know. No doubt you will in the comment section below or on Instagram. where I find out everything. And I will see you all soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.